on to the next talk now by Dr. Rituja Thomas, who will be speaking on balancing conferences or meetings during your fellowship.
Thank you, Dr. Karan, and thank you to Yossi for having me in this session. So, more than balancing conferences, it's also about how to get these kind of opportunities during fellowships. And the most common opportunities that you're faced with are your local, national, and international conferences, subspecialty meetings which keep happening, CMEs. Other than that, webinars which are still going on, courses and targeted training with respect to your subspecialty, exchange programs, that is students being sent abroad, as well as certain fun sessions like OPL. Now, in your capacity as a fellow, you mainly will be doing free paper presentations. So it's important to go ahead and send all the work that you're working on to all these conferences. You can participate in instruction courses as you're invited and send physical posters as well. These hold good value. You can also send cases as e-posters and be invited as session moderators, or even take part in Yossi, which gives a platform to young ophthalmologists. So it's important to pick and choose which meetings will help with your learning, because there will be very select few meetings that you will be allowed to attend. This is mainly to see what others are doing. So what you're learning during your fellowship and what others are teaching, there may be some new things which you may pick up. Any newer techniques which you see, which you may want to implement further in your practice, and any future prospects that are there for your subspecialty as well. The networking is one of the most important things. So plan ahead which conferences you will go to, and also talk to people who are important with respect to your subspecialty. So your further fellowships, subspecialty observerships, you can meet future mentors, and you may even pick up certain job opportunities and hands-on training. Now, don't get in trouble when you're trying to go to conferences. So find out exactly how many conference leaves you're entitled to, which conferences your boss is okay with you attending. Work diligently while you're in the clinic to avoid being passed up for any kind of opportunity like a conference. And always keep backup fellows or staff and return the favor when they go for their conferences. So academic opportunities are the number one thing that you should look out for, like for example, a cadaver dissection course. If you're lucky enough, you may even get your instruction course accepted in your local conference or your state conference, and this will give you a big boost when you sort of go ahead and present even as a consultant. And if you're interested in research, you may get other opportunities. Like, for example, we worked with IISc to come up with how aerosols spread with respect to oculoplastic surgery, and this was in the COVID time, but this was something interesting that we did. And most importantly, and the biggest incentive for your mentor to help you is that you write it up. So no matter how happy you get or sad you get filling an Excel sheet, it always helps to go ahead and also publish once you've presented. Now, with respect to student exchange, in oculoplastics at least, there are programs, especially fellowships in India like that of Dr. Honavers, where they do send their students abroad for oncology training. And you can even learn from people who come from abroad for training. So they do a lot of things differently. They have different opportunities. So there's a lot that you get to learn. And how does this help you? The more you network, the more you will be invited to speak. The more you're present on social media as well, the more people will get to know what you're doing. And it's important to create awareness about what you do, because not everybody may be doing your area of work. And most importantly, during fellowship, keep your boss happy. And even more importantly, keep your co-fellow happy. And that's the secret to acing your fellowship. Although I wouldn't say I aced it, but I did have a good time. So, thank you.
Excellent talk, Rituja, as always. So, see, I'll just say one point to add to this, that like we used to say in surgery when we were residents, that the more you work, the more opportunities you're going to get. So, सबको क्या चाहिए? सर्जरीज चाहिए. आप जितना ओपीडी में काम करोगे, आपको उतनी ज़्यादा सर्जरीज के ऑप्शंस आप पे कंसल्टेंट्स देंगे. So same thing goes with conferences also. So if you're networking, if you're seen everywhere, if you're presenting, then the other person sees you and remembers you. if you just call out one out of the blue, if out of the blue if it comes up, you may be forgotten. But if you are there, you will be remembered and given opportunities. So in the panel, we have also one fellow with us, Dr. Himani. So what is your opinion? Like, what do you do? What is your opinion on this topic, and how have you balanced your fellowship with your training?
I'm currently a fellow under Dr. Parthu Bishar sir in refractive surgery. So as you all know, sir is very enthusiastic about conferences. So he makes sure I attend all the conferences whenever possible, and he gives me extra leaves for attending those conferences. So that has never been an issue for me. So like how to balance work and conferences.